Good day, we are now on our topic 7, activity 1, which is the t-test for independent. T-test for independent is a statistically test that is used to compare the means of the two groups. It is often used in a hypothesis testing to determine whether a process of treatment actually has an effect on the population of interest, whether two groups are different from one another. The t-test assume your data are independent or approximately normally distributed and has a similar amount of variant within each group being compared. To put that in action, we have here our dataset. So in a situation which is an ROTC officer wants to find out which group has the more number of push-ups. Group A has the 50 sample and Group B has also have 50 sample, a total of 100 data sample. But first, since t-test assume that the data sheets should be normally distributed, to test if it is normally distributed or not, we will use the Kolmogorov test. Let us first check the Group A for the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. For normality, the p-value of is 0.53121. And let's move on to the Group B. The p-value is 0.62093. So we have the assumption that the dataset are normally distributed. So we can now start for the t-test. So as you can see, we have here the treatment 1 and treatment 2 for Group A and B. The significance is 0.5 and we set this to two-tailed hypothesis. So here are the results. The confidence level is 97%. The mean for treatment number 1 is 54.58 and the mean for treatment number 2 is 35.96. And the t-value is 9.46678. The p-value is less than 0.0001. The result is significant at p less than 0.05. So the narrative discussion objective: is there a significance difference between the number of push-ups of male and female in ROTC students? The null hypothesis: there is no significance difference between the number of push-ups of male and the female students. The significance level set to 0.05. The confidence level is 97%. The result for number 1, the mean for treatment number 1 is 54.58 and the mean for treatment number 2 is 35.96. Interpretation for number 1: Group A has the highest number of push-ups than Group B. The result for number 2, the computed p-value is less than 0.0001. The interpretation: since computed p-value is less than to 0.0001, therefore the null hypothesis is rejected. So we are now moving on our data analysis. The given data set had been tested with t-tests for independent samples, since each group will consist of different participants or respondents. Each group had been tested with Kolmogorov test for normality with a result of computed p-values such as 0.53121 and 0.62093, which is normally distributed for Group A and Group B. Respectively, these values suggest that the dataset in each group were normally distributed, since their computed p-value is greater than 0.05. Descripted statistic statistic results shows that the average in push-ups for Group A or male is 54.58, whereas the group B for female got 35.96. This implies that the male ROTC students got highest number of push-ups than the female ROTC students. On the other hand, testing two datasets with t-test for independent sample yield to a p-value of less than 0.0001, which is less than the significance level of 0.05. Since the p-value is less than the significance level, the p-value will be rejected. Therefore, the number of push-ups of the male and the female ROTC students were statistically different. And that's all. Thank you.